Unfortunately, yesterday I didn't take much video. None at all that I think of, except for the campsite or something like that. Because we didn't know what we were in for. Alright, we're at the start of the Pinchot trail. We just left the trailhead. Pretty difficult right now, walking down pavement. We're about 8.8 miles in. We're at the first campsite. Just chilling. I'm gonna sit here for 15 minutes and take a break. $11.3 miles we did today. And we are whooped. Don't want to move. We passed off 3 excellent campsites because we wanted to get to 10 miles. And then, what happened?
We ended up doing another 1.3 miles just to get to a campsite because the rest in front of it were crap.
There you have it. What's the lesson to be learned here?
When you find a good one, stick with it. Oh boy.
And needless to say, it was a good uphill jaunt from those ones also.
Yeah.
So, actually, it was longer than 1.3 miles because that one was at 9.6, so it was 1.6 miles. Remember where I crossed the little creek and...
Yeah.
I think that was 9.6 miles. I don't know. Who knows? We don't know. But I just went and filtered some water. If you look, it looks yummy. See it? Nice and yellow. That's all we could find. So, why not take yellow water and make brown tea? Let's take a look. Yep, there it is. See, nice and brown. Gonna let that boil up. I did run it through the filter. Sawyer Mini. So, we'll see how it goes. We're making chicken teriyaki or chicken fried rice or something like that.
I can smell teriyaki, so I think there's teriyaki in it.
We got our little miniature fire going because we didn't want to have anything too big. We didn't want to catch on fire while we're sleeping. Donnie got a whole bunch of firewood.
Just enough to put a little smoke up to keep the bugs away.
Oh well. I mean, it's still bright out, but we're underneath the pine tree, so it seems darker than it really is. But I think as soon as we eat here...
It's only 8, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll probably be passing out here shortly. Alright, after a beautiful night being rested up, we're now on the trail again. This is the Pinchot Trail in the Lackawanna State Forest. We have approximately 3 miles left to the car. We did 11.3 yesterday. And it was quite interesting. Like I said last night, lesson to be learned: if you come across a good campsite and you're near your mileage, stick with it. Don't try to say the next one's going to be better, because as we found out last night, it wasn't the case. We ended up not being anywhere near water, so we had after we set up camp, we had to hike, 300 yards or so back to a water source that kind of resembled piss in the bottle, even after filtered. So luckily I still had a bottle of clean water that I'm using for the hike out, and use the other stuff to cook with. So that way it was filtered with the Sawyer Mini, which seemed like it worked fine. And then boiled when, obviously making food. We made some Mrs. Grass soup, and chicken fried rice or something like that. Oh, not a Mountain House. This was stuff from my local grocery store, and you know, Mountain House is $8 a bag. A Mountain House is $8 a bag, and this stuff was $1.35, and it was pretty good. What do you think, Don? Was it good?
Yeah, fantastic actually.
A lot better than I anticipated it to be.
Yeah.
So, I think that's what we're going to do from now on. Alright, we're still walking down the dirt road. Probably got another mile on this dirt road. And then I'm going to say a half a mile down the paved road back to the car. But as you can see here, Donnie's in pain.
We're in some pain.
Donnie's in pain. Tell him what's wrong.
My ass is chafed. Raw.
He's almost waddling like a duck right now.
We're raw. Such is life, I guess.
I recommended him the Dry Star underwear, which is what I'm wearing, and I usually get chafed real bad. And I'm fine, surprisingly. I thought my nut would be freaking bad, but no, we're pretty good. Just like wool socks. I don't know. I'm a completely amateur hiker, and I saw on YouTube that wear wool hiking socks. I never did before, blah blah blah. They're expensive. So finally, we were doing some hiking in the Delaware Water Gap. On the Appalachian Trail, we did Coppermine Trail, Hornback Trail, we did a few of them out there. Me and my girlfriend. And I bought the wool hiking socks. Like I said, they're expensive. They're like $15 a pair. But I could not believe the difference between wool and a cotton sock. It was like, usually my feet would be kind of rubbed raw, and nothing like that. Much more cushioning. If you're starting out, I highly recommend going out and buying regular hiking socks. Yes, they're expensive, but they're gonna save you some foot rot. We're just trudging along. We're ready to go home. It was a long day yesterday. Got a few miles today. We're just waiting. I wonder if they come and move those rocks for the snowmobile trails, or if they keep them blocked all year round.
Probably keep them blocked.
I would think so. They want you to go through the gates and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, one other thing too. Flip this around. I finally adjusted the straps up on my backpack, and it feels 100 times better. Something I should have did when we first started yesterday, but I didn't. Right now I can feel full contact with the internal frame to my back. Yesterday I was only feeling it in my shoulders and the small of my back. You live and you learn, I guess. I would have saved myself a lot of grief yesterday if I had done this sooner. Unfortunately, yesterday I didn't take much video. None at all that I think of, except for the campsite or something like that. Because we didn't know what we were in for. So it was tough for our first backpacking experience, doing 11.3 miles day one, and now we're doing, it looks like it's gonna be 4 miles day two. it's been an experience. I learned a few things I should do.
That'd be good.
Yeah. So. Oh well.
That's just like.
Yep. Just gonna deal with it and go on. We ran into a few people yesterday. Ran into a guy and his dog. Ran into a family. Well, no, the first people we ran into was a guy, and he had 2 kids with him. The one son, he looked like he was maybe 10.
He was 5.
And the youngest one was 5.
She was a girl.
Oh, the girl. Yeah, sorry. The girl, I'm gonna say she was like 10 or 11. And the little boy, he was 5. And they did the whole trail, 26 miles. They started Wednesday night, he said, and they were finishing up yesterday. That's pretty brave, taking, 2 kids out on a 26-mile hike. Obviously he knew what he was doing. He's done it before, unlike us. So, oh man. And then we ran into a guy and his dog. The dog was afraid of us. He went around us. And then we ran into a family. There was a mother and a father. What would you say, 5 kids with them?
Something like that. There's a whole shit.
There was a slew of them. And they were headed down, we were heading up. So, and then there was one guy by himself that I don't know what to say about him. And then there's another guy that kind of snuck up on us. We didn't even hear him until he was at the campsite. I said, "Hi." We were like, "Hi." So he had a little dog with him.
Beagle.
Was it a beagle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little dog with him, and yeah, and that was it. I was passed out. As soon as it got dark, I went in the hammock, and I think I was out within 3 minutes. Donnie said he was yelling for me, and I didn't hear nothing.